Hi, welcome to Up and Coming 2021. My name is Kenya Baker, and I'm the Outreach Director for the Gem City Market. The Gem City Market is a very uniquely configured hybrid model of a cooperative called a worker owner model. 65% of the ownership is held by the worker owners who work within the store, and the other 35% is held within the community. And because of my work and the work of Maha Selassie and Leela Klein and dozens of others, volunteers throughout this project, we have 4,000 plus community member owners. So our community member owners own a 35% share in the store. And within a year, we're going to worker owner train our staff so that they can be worker owners and take part in their 65% stake. That's right. But I didn't come here to talk to you about models. I came here to talk to you about base building. You want to build your base? As the outreach director, I was able to build that base of 4,000 community member owners because I got out there and I walked the streets. That's right, door to door. And not the typical canvassing. I'm talking about deep listening. That means I don't just need your information. I would like to be in a relationship with you. I want to know all about you, all what you do in our community. It's called asset based community development, ABCD, asset based community development. Using asset based community development, you form relationships with the people that you hope to one day be able to bring a service to. And so, in that base building, it'll extend. You'll find out what people's likes are, you'll find out where they shop at, you'll find out so much information, and that is building a base. You don't want to build your base just based off of numbers. You want your base to be built off of organic personas. That's when you know who your people are that you're bringing a service to. How can you put a store in the community if you don't know the community members? Ultimately, that's your customer. You need to know your customer if you plan on giving your customer what they need. I have a lot of faith in everybody who participates in Up and Coming because this is always such an extraordinary experience. This is our first year and a little awkward trying to do it via video, but I'm convinced that this year is only the beginning of a great next Up and Coming. So, everybody sit tight, build your base. You might have to go golfing. You may have to go bowling. You may set up a movie night. Perhaps you have someone cook one night in the neighborhood and you invite all the neighbors. Get creative, think outside the box. I gardened with my low income families and invited them to take part in Take It Tuesday. So they would just come by and the harvest would be out on the table and their children could join me at any time. There are a variety of ways of building your base. And I know that you all will find those pillars, those foundational blocks, I should say, that you need in order to establish a firm base. And remember, those foundational blocks are based off of relationship. Meet the people in your community. I can't say it enough. This has been Kenya Baker with Gem City Market, Co op Dayton, and now Unified Power, a community land trust designed to help stop gentrification because that's what happens when you put a store in an urban area. You risk gentrification. So be aware of what you're doing, be aware of your actions and how your actions are perceived by your base because your base is watching your actions. It's more than a store, it's a movement. That's what we like to say. And remember, you are the connective fiber for everyone in your base. So you want to make sure you will use asset based community development. Find out the gifts and the talents that are within your base and then connect those gifts and talents so that they can be utilized in the community by everyone. And most importantly, within your co op as you're developing it. I'm sure that you've already figured out that you have to have multiple pieces in order to get this cooperative started. That's right, it's a startup. That's why they call it a startup. But I've got faith in you, and I think that you're off to a great start because you're here at Up and Coming 2021. Thank you again. I'm signing off. Kenya Baker, Gem City Market, Co op Dayton, and Unified Power. Changing the world one heart at a time and recognizing we are the ones we have been waiting for.
use this moment to we've come a long way, right? We've been on this journey for a little bit over 6 years, and to be in this moment is just it's an amazing thing to see and to witness. You know, like how a community came together, we identified a need that we had, and we leveraged our resources to make it happen. You know, in spite of the circumstances, I mean, like, who could imagine that community could build a grocery store, right? And so this whole process of like how we had the faith to continue to move, to continue to act, to continue to talk to the community, and to leverage our gifts and talents, you know? And it's testimony of not only Dayton, but our region, how we all pulled together. You know, when we realized that we were second in the nation for food insecurity, how the community, you know, all pull together and say, like, what we're going to do to help change the situation, you know? So I want to thank the multitude of partners and community members that made this moment possible, because truly, we are the ones we've been waiting for, and we built this moment together. It's a we in the fullest sense of the word, you know, like when I look at the market now, from some of the programming design, from our mission statement to the naming of the market, through the architectural, you know, the community's fingerprint is in throughout, you know. So now this momentous occasion, as we're transitioning into becoming a full live grocery store, it's like how are we going to occupy the space? How are we going to utilize the services? How are we going to make sure that, you know, we're using it as a first destination, right? So like the success of the market is going to be determined by how we participate and utilize the market. If there's things that you haven't seen on the shelf, let us know so we can put it on the shelves for you. Because this market is truly by us and for us, you know. We got a plethora of programming. We have a teaching kitchen. We have a community room, and we have a health clinic. You know? And so, like, we're trying to be a holistic third space to catalyze the gifts and talents of the community. As we're realizing the hope that what we can do together, right? So how we bring our latent gifts and talents. And so we're just thankful for this moment. Yeah, I can't say enough. Just the privilege it is to witness the community realizing its power, realizing its ability to transform its lived environment and meet its needs collectively.